call this a ComicCon recap.
ComicCon recap.
So far?
I guess so far.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Recap of
So,
Comic-Con.
we were talking about Easter eggs and Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw that Easter egg from Steppenwolf, and we saw the cool thing that got everybody talking about. Not just Steppenwolf saying there are no lanterns on this planet. It was, if you're looking at the Flying Fox, it's one of Batman's flying vehicles. It's the biggest one,
Okay.
and I guess it's housing something. We don't know what it's housing or whatever, but that's the one that had the leak with Deathstroke. Joe I don't know. I'm gonna murder his name, Magnolia, I believe, but he's from
Joe
True Blood.
Magnolia.
He's from True Blood. If you watch that show, he's Deathstroke, and that's when they had Zack Snyder dropped a snippet of him walking on it.
Okay.
But we think Deathstroke's gonna be in the movie too.
I
But
do love Deathstroke.
That would be pretty brutal,
Um,
especially
Batman.
after what they did with Arrow.
and
Yeah.
leading
Deathstroke
into
and
it,
Arrow.
I really feel like Deathstroke's gonna be the bad guy in the Batman. But we'll get
You
to
gotta
that.
put him on
That
the
would
big
be
screen.
amazing, dude.
You just gotta put him on the big
Cool.
screen.
And
after
Matt
that.
Reeves, he just said that it's going to be all-out noir movie. Now, the one thing that no Batman movie has ever really done is play the detective part.
'Cause that's what he is at his essence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I can get a Sherlock Holmes type movie in Batman,
He just
I'll be
happens to be able to
ecstatic.
kick ass.
Exactly.
What if Ben comes on
Ben
strong?
can't
with this
do that,
one?
dude. I don't
What?
think Ben can do
Are
that.
you
think he
serious?
could.
He could. He
I think
could.
this is what my
Maybe.
thing is.
Yeah.
I will say this
I'm
about
just a hater.
I'll say this, and this will be all I'll ever say about it, ever in regards to this whole stretch of Ben Affleck. You have to start somewhere. Even if he's the crappiest actor ever,
He's not that bad.
they hired him for a reason.
That's true.
You have to understand there's people just like us backing these big execs saying, I never thought
pretty
about it
good.
before, but maybe Ben Affleck looks just like Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
No, man. Like, okay, you know how Ryan Reynolds was born to play, like,
Deadpool.
He's the chosen one.
And-
Like Ben Affleck, I'm not gonna
I
lie,
do
he
not
makes
know
a
if he's-
very good Batman.
Younger Ben Affleck.
He just needs to work on the Batman, But
Yeah.
is that him or is that the writing? Because, like, we were talking earlier.
And
I
Josh
really-
Whedon's here. Josh Whedon is here, people. Marvel let him go. He's solely with us now.
Joss Whedon.
The guy who started the entire franchise of the whole schematic, the skeleton of everything.
Oh, okay.
Right? They just gave it to the Russo brothers to finish off Phase 4 and Phase 5 or whatever they got planning. But Joss Whedon's here, and he's directing Batgirl. So, Zack Snyder had The Death in the Family, and so he had to take a time of absence. He asked Joss Whedon to step in. So Joss Whedon is doing the finishing touches on Justice League, which I know for a fact is going to be great.
Yeah.
Any doubts about that, you can't, like I told anybody,
hope
you
it is.
can't ruin. Wonder Woman couldn't
can,
afford to be
dude.
bad. Justice League cannot afford to be bad. Justice League Mortals almost came out with Common as Green Lantern. That
Didn't they
almost was a
re-edit the
thing.
whole movie or some shit?
They destroyed it movie. They canceled. Archie Hammer was Batman.
Oh, really?
So no, it's done. So you have to do Justice League good.
Yeah.
So
I
I
hope
have
they
no
do.
doubt in my mind they're not going to ruin this movie. And more and more you see it. Like, I have a friend of mine that I trust. I really like his comic mind. A lot of good things. And maybe one day he's more of a Transformer, old school type of.
Okay.
But he knows a lot about DC when we talk about it. But he thinks it's really, really cheesy. Like, he thinks every trailer is cheesy. He hates Suicide Squad. He hated Batman vs Superman.
Suicide Squad.
And
What, dude? Suicide Squad was so good.
we gonna have to do a show when we're just
I'm
talk
sorry, I
about
didn't see
DC
the movie.
movies.
Yeah.
So I
I
can
didn't
really
see them.
rant. So I can really, I'm gonna have a Stephen A. moment because
Alright, we can do that.
there's so much that
Break
I
down
can
each
talk
of them?
about it
Yeah.
because all these movies that people have so many gripes about it. Oh my God, let it go. It's a movie. It's supposed to start somewhere. It's called character building. You can't
But
get,
the characters are built.
You know-
we know who Batman is.
But still, you're in a universe that you're trying to recreate. You can't, like...
That's why
if
they
you
didn't
go-
origin Spider-Man.
Well, no. If you go and take the characters from the comics that have already been developed, they're going to do what the comics do, and you can't have them do that like in the movies. It's
and that's
not
what
that you can't,
Homecoming
it's
did
just, like,
well.
writing,
That's what Homecoming did well.
Production.
Oh, that's the one. I haven't even watched Spider-Man Homecoming. I've
Yeah.
heard a lot of good things about it. I have some reservations. I have some major reservations about it, and I guess
Do you
we'll
like
talk
that
about that too.
Aunt May is young? Does that affect you at all?
I actually like the Spider-Man Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon that comes
Yeah.
on Disney XD, I think. Their portrayal of a younger Aunt May is pretty cool. I
I
mean,
like her as an old. She's frail. She's
if in the Ultimate universe in the comic books, she's young. So I mean,
Yeah.
those stories. All Spider-Man movies will always be a mixture of 616 universe and the Ultimate universe. Period. And
are those the main Marvel universes?
yeah. So
Okay.
616 is Prime Earth, I guess.
Okay.
It's Peter Parker. Ultimate's Miles Morales. Now you know
Okay.
Miles is part of the regular Earth now, but another topic too. But you know, I feel like those places have to start somewhere. You have to build the ground up. Like you're not gonna get. I have a friend that really thinks Killer Croc was really racist. The portrayal of him.
How? So
Okay.
reptile.
Because he kept saying, I want to be E.T. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
What?
and I was like, this is not a smart guy. He's from the swamps. He's supposed to be kind of that guy, you know, the
He's
guy
a fucking
from,
lizard guy.
you know, the guy from, you know, the water boy, you know, the guy on the trailer. You know, he's supposed to be that guy. And I mean,
Isco Diablo.
he's not smart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's all he's ever known, and that's all he's gonna know. Even though it might be, you know, for better, you know, not.
He's
you
more
know,
just like an imposing physical force.
Exactly. So he's a meathead.
Yeah.
He's a, you know.
Something big for Batman to fight, showcase.
So, you know, everybody wanted this big, deep character. Guess what, people? He's not a deep character. He's
not even the main purpose of the whole thing. Like,
You
are we
know,
gonna do a
was Killer
follow
Croc
up
in
on
it?
Killer Croc?
Was Killer Croc in the movie? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
But
that.
like, it's just like, you know, he plays his role
Okay.
as part of the Suicide Squad. You
He's
don't
just
have
happy to
like,
be part of.
focus
He's like
on
a
him.
kid. He's
Yeah.
like if I had to compare him to something in maybe manga, he's kind of like Majin Buu.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
has a
Smart.
kid-like
I accept.
mind.
Comparison.
So,
He's more emotion than anything.
I mean, it's more.
Bestial.
Yeah. But, you know, those had to start somewhere. You had to see what was bad.
Every
And,
other character was still like very well done.
like,
I-
El Diablo
was,
surprised me.
Deadshot.
Yeah, El Diablo was a very well done
Everybody-
character. I mean, like, what, they missed on one and you like just shit on every
But it was
other,
the
like,
ones you
yeah.
shouldn't miss.
You know, seeing
Yeah.
Deadshot off, you know,
Yeah.
Arrow. You know, you and I both like Arrow a lot.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Mr. Abyss here, not a big fan
I'm
of
not
it,
a
but
fan at all.
I'm a big fan of the Arrowverse. And
Yeah.
their Deadshot, who happened to be Ninjak for
Mm-hmm.
the Valance theme. But I hope I get to talk about Valiant Universe one day too. But that guy has a great portrayal of who Deadshot is.
Okay.
You know, Deadshot is, you know, he's more of a complex character. I felt like Will Smith was a safe hire. I mean, safe
Mm-hmm.
casting.
Who is he featured from? Who's like villain is he?
He's technically Batman.
Okay.
But he's always been associated with Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad technically is their own thing. It's
Yeah.
just, you know, but it was cool. I feel like Will's gonna have to build up to that. And I feel like if they hire Will's gonna do a good job eventually, or whatever. Let
You
it
think they'll
pan
use him
out.
again?
You know, I was kind of disappointed they didn't give me that more of the Harley Deadpool sexual chemistry build
Okay.
up. You know, anybody watch the Arkham.
They did a decent job, you know, like.
I think Suicide Squad 2 is going to
pretty
surprise
good.
us. Suicide Squad 2 has Mel Gibson doing something for it, and
What?
and somebody else from
Dude,
some
yeah.
movie. I don't want to lie, but I know I remember Mel Gibson something is
We'll look that
pinning.
up and
the
then
Road
something.
Warrior?
So I feel like Suicide Squad 2 is not going to disappoint.
The
But
first one didn't even disappoint. You know
It
what I mean?
didn't.
We're-
See it.
make
I need to
you
watch
know,
it,
you know,
man.
you know,
we,
I took
we
my
should make it
girlfriend.
seem
Which,
that like
which one first?
disappointing.
Which one should I watch first?
Obviously, the
what?
first one. Yeah.
I mean, like Batman or
Watch Batman because that
Alright.
sets up Suicide Squad.
okay.
Because you can't. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just like Marvel movies, but it's kind of like a Marvel movie. It's kind of like Rogue One in Star Wars.
Okay.
It's not.
Like a side story.
Yeah, but it's you see Ben Affleck in there.
Which,
You
by the
see
way, great
Flash
movie.
in there. You know, I like Captain Boomerang off that. I think Maggie was born to play Harley Quinn. Jared Leto, I actually, like I said, I could be being a homer, you know, but like I said,
It was a different portrayal.
he's
I wouldn't say
hated.
that. I wouldn't say that it
R.I.P..
was my favorite portrayal.
Bad.
But hey, it was his own take, and it fit the universe. That
but it's
they're going
technically an in canon. He did a lot of different in canon
it's true.
Joker actual looks. That's
Does
an
that look
actual
like a
Joker.
guy that would be fighting Batman?
I don't think.
That's his main
I
like.
think we have to make it more modernized.
Yeah.
This is a more
Still, this
modernized.
This is a
It's
guy that like is in a gang. You can tell that he works out like you
Red
know,
Hood gang. You don't know how
I
they're
just
gonna
think it'd be
portray the
weird.
Red Hood gang in this eventually.
Yeah.
You know, I'm really. We all know Red Hood's coming. We
Yeah.
all know Jason Todd is on his way. That I mean, that's already been proven.
But do you have to address his death first?
I mean, you're gonna do that eventually.
Okay.
They already said it in two different ways. You saw the suit in Batman vs Superman,
Yeah,
and
that's right.
on Harley's file it says she murdered Robin.
Yeah.
She was part of the her and Joker murdered Robin. So
So it has been referenced.
we know there's a Nightwing movie. So we know Dick Grayson's alive.
Yeah.
So clearly Jason Todd's dead. We're in that gray area where Jason Todd's on his way back, and Tim Drake's about to come up.
Dude,
Now
I can't wait for Tim Drake.
I think it's a stretch that we'll get Dick Grayson, Tim, and
I don't think we'll ever get
and
Damian.
Jason. Even though they were talking, I've heard some rumors about Damian eventually appearing.
Love Damian.
I do. I
I
love
love it,
Damian,
man.
but I do not. Just like I really,
Why?
I do
What's
not
wrong with Damian?
deserve. I don't think Damian deserves spotlight movie wise yet.
Maybe not
Damian's
yet.
only
Okay.
been out roughly since
Couple
2006 maybe. If I
Really that
think.
long?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
only not been that long. It's been like maybe 10, 15.
I thought it was like 5 years.
10 years.
Okay.
You know, so
Seems to be a pretty popular character.
I mean, I love it.
he started. Everybody hated him though.
I
Everybody
loved him at
hated
first. He was
Damian.
such an asshole. I
And,
loved
and,
him.
it's, it's it's what our world's come to. Like we're all sarcastic. We're all Daria. If everybody remember that, everybody,
Yeah.
am I too old for Daria?
No.
Everybody too old for Daria. But like, yeah, that's what Damian is, and that's what Amico in the recent Green Arrow run. They kind of built up him having a sister from the Arrow universe, and they made him have a sister in the comic book now, kind of like they did with John Diggle. Actually, made him a canon,
Yeah.
canon character. So, these things, characters are meant like I said, as a writer, characters are meant to evolve. They're meant to change.